Caitlin Clark. Remember that name? She's a force of nature on the basketball court, a generational talent. From the moment she stepped onto the court at Iowa, she captivated fans with her electrifying play. Her handles, her court vision, her shooting range, it was all there. She was destined for greatness, and great she became. Caitlin led Iowa to new heights, breaking records and winning hearts along the way. She became a national sensation, a household name. Her charisma and confidence were truly infectious. She wasn't just playing basketball, she was changing the game. But Caitlin's journey hasn't been without its bumps. She's faced criticism, doubters, and setbacks. Yet, she's never backed down from a challenge. She's used every obstacle as fuel to push herself further. Her recent decision to explore opportunities beyond the WNBA has sent shockwaves through the basketball world. Some say it's a power move, a statement against a league that hasn't fully embraced her. Others see it as a chance for her to spread her wings, to experience basketball on a global stage. One thing is for sure, Caitlin Clark is writing her own story, and the world is eagerly watching. Caitlin Clark's arrival in the WNBA was highly anticipated. The buzz around her debut was palpable, with fans and analysts alike eager to see how her game would translate to the professional level. Her college career had been nothing short of spectacular, and the expectations were sky high. Fans were eager to see if she could replicate her college dominance at the professional level, and she didn't disappoint. From her very first game, Caitlin demonstrated that she was more than ready for the big stage. Her performances were electric, and she quickly became a fan favorite. From day one, she showcased her unique skill set, her ability to score at will, and her knack for making her teammates better. Her court vision was unparalleled, and her ability to read the game set her apart from her peers. It was clear that Caitlin was a special talent. She quickly became one of the league's most exciting players. Her energy and enthusiasm were infectious, and she brought a new level of excitement to the WNBA. Every game she played was a must-watch event, and fans couldn't get enough of her. Her dazzling passes and highlight reel shots drew comparisons to some of the game's greats. Analysts began to mention her in the same breath as legends, and it was clear that she was on her way to becoming one herself. Her ability to make the impossible look easy was a testament to her hard work and dedication. She was a walking triple-double threat, capable of taking over a game at any moment. Her versatility made her a nightmare for opposing defenses, and her relentless drive ensured that she was always a step ahead. Caitlin's presence on the court was a game changer. Her impact on the WNBA was undeniable. She brought a new level of visibility to the league, and her performances were a major draw for fans. Caitlin's influence extended beyond just her play. She was becoming a cultural icon. She breathed new life into the league, attracting a new generation of fans with her electrifying style of play. Young girls looked up to her, seeing in her a role model who showed that they too could achieve greatness. Caitlin's impact was felt far and wide. Caitlin's presence transcended the court. She was active in the community, using her platform to inspire and uplift others. Her commitment to giving back made her a beloved figure both on and off the court. She became a role model for young girls, proving that they too could achieve their dreams in a sport often dominated by men. Her success was a beacon of hope, and she made it clear that there were no limits to what they could achieve. Her influence extended beyond basketball, sparking conversations about gender equality and the value of women's sports. Caitlin used her voice to advocate for change, and her efforts were making a difference. She was a powerful advocate for women's rights and equality. She was a game changer in every sense of the word. Her impact on the court was matched by her influence off it, and she was paving the way for future generations of female athletes. Caitlin's legacy was already being written, and it was one of greatness. But even with all her success, Caitlin's journey in the WNBA wasn't without its challenges. She faced intense scrutiny and criticism, often from those who doubted her abilities or questioned her place in the league. The pressure was immense, but Caitlin remained focused and determined. She faced a level of scrutiny and criticism that seemed unfair, often fueled by double standards and outdated expectations placed upon female athletes. Despite the challenges, Caitlin continued to push forward, proving her doubters wrong with every game she played. And as her star continued to rise, so too did the questions about the league's ability to fully support and capitalize on her immense talent. The WNBA was at a crossroads, and Caitlyn's success was shining a light on the need for greater investment and support for women's sports. Her journey was far from over, and the future was bright. Despite Caitlin Clark's undeniable impact, the WNBA continues to struggle for recognition and respect. Caitlin, a standout player with incredible skills and a passion for the game, has become a symbol of the league's potential. Yet, the broader sports community often overlooks her achievements and the league she represents. ESPN, a major player in the sports media landscape, has been slow to fully embrace the league and showcase its stars like Caitlin. While ESPN covers a wide array of sports and events, the WNBA often finds itself relegated to secondary channels or less favorable time slots. This lack of primetime exposure limits the league's ability to reach a broader audience and gain the recognition it deserves. The lack of consistent and prominent coverage on ESPN's main networks has been a source of frustration for fans and players alike. Fans who are eager to support their favorite teams and players often struggle to find games on television. This inconsistency not only affects viewership, but also dampens the enthusiasm of a growing fan base that craves more visibility for the league. It's no secret that the WNBA doesn't receive the same level of marketing and promotion as the NBA. The NBA's marketing machine is a well-oiled juggernaut with billboards, commercials, and social media campaigns that keep its stars in the public eye. In contrast, the WNBA's marketing efforts, while improving, still lag behind, making it harder for the league to build a comparable level of excitement and engagement. This disparity in exposure has real-world consequences, impacting everything from player salaries to fan engagement. WNBA players, despite their talent and dedication, often earn a fraction of what their NBA counterparts make. This pay gap is a direct reflection of the league's struggle to generate the same level of revenue and sponsorship deals. Additionally, the lack of visibility makes it challenging to attract new fans and keep existing ones engaged. While the NBA enjoys lucrative TV deals and widespread media attention, the WNBA often feels relegated to the sidelines. The NBA's games are broadcast on major networks with extensive pre-game and post-game coverage, while WNBA games sometimes receive minimal attention. This disparity not only affects the league's revenue, but also its ability to grow and thrive in a competitive sports market. Caitlin Clark's decision to explore other opportunities, including potentially playing overseas, highlights this stark reality. Many WNBA players, in search of better financial opportunities and greater recognition, consider playing in European leagues where women's basketball is often more celebrated and financially rewarding. This trend underscores the challenges the WNBA faces in retaining its top talent. It begs the question, if a talent like Caitlin, with her star power and marketability, feels undervalued and underappreciated, what does that say about the state of the WNBA? Caitlin's situation is a microcosm of the broader issues facing the league. Her feelings of being undervalued reflect a systemic problem that needs to be addressed for the WNBA to reach its full potential. The league has made strides in recent years, securing new sponsorships and expanding its digital presence. Initiatives like increased social media engagement and partnerships with major brands have helped raise the league's profile. However, these efforts need to be sustained and amplified to create lasting change and ensure that the WNBA receives the recognition it deserves. But there's still a long way to go. The WNBA deserves better. Its players deserve better. The league's athletes work tirelessly, often balancing multiple jobs and commitments to pursue their passion for basketball. Their dedication and talent should be met with the same level of respect and support that their male counterparts receive. And Caitlin Clark, a generational talent who has poured her heart and soul into the game, deserves better. Her journey and struggles are emblematic of the challenges faced by many WNBA players. By addressing these issues and providing the league with the support it needs, we can ensure that Caitlin and her peers receive the recognition and opportunities they have rightfully earned. The 2024 WNBA All-Star Game was supposed to be a celebration of the league's brightest stars. It was meant to be a showcase of talent, a moment where the best of the best could shine on a national stage and fans could revel in the excitement of the sport they love. But for Caitlin Clark, it became a symbol of the disrespect and lack of appreciation she felt from the very organization she was working to elevate. The exclusion from the All-Star roster was not just a personal slight, it was a reflection of deeper issues within the league. Despite leading the league in scoring and carrying her team on her back, Caitlin was shockingly left off the All-Star roster. Her performance on the court was nothing short of spectacular, with game after game of record-breaking plays and jaw-dropping moments that left fans in awe. The decision sparked outrage among fans and analysts alike, who saw it as a blatant snub, a clear indication that the WNBA didn't truly value her contributions. Social media erupted with hashtags and posts demanding justice for Caitlin, and sports commentators debated the decision on every major network. The controversy surrounding the All-Star snub cut deep. It wasn't just about one player being left out. It was about the message it sent to all female athletes striving for recognition in a male-dominated sports world. It brought to light the systemic issues that have plagued the WNBA for years. Issues of gender inequality, lack of media coverage, and the constant battle for respect and recognition that female athletes face every day. It highlighted the double standards faced by female athletes, who are often judged by different metrics than their male counterparts. While male athletes are celebrated for their achievements, female athletes must constantly prove their worth, often with little to no acknowledgement. And it exposed the league's failure to capitalize on the star power of a player who had the potential to transcend the sport. Caitlin Clark was not just a great player. She was a marketable star who could have brought new fans and attention to the WNBA. For Caitlin, the All-Star snub was a turning point. It was a moment of reckoning, forcing her to confront the reality of her situation and the limitations of the league she had dedicated herself to. It forced her to reevaluate her place within the WNBA and consider whether her talents were being fully recognized and appreciated. Conversations with coaches and mentors became more introspective as she weighed her options and contemplated her future. It planted the seeds of doubt, leading her to explore opportunities beyond the league, where her contributions might be valued more. The idea of playing overseas or even transitioning to a different career path began to take root in her mind. The WNBA missed a golden opportunity to showcase Caitlin Clark on its biggest stage. Her presence could have drawn in new fans, increased viewership, and elevated the league's profile. Instead, they alienated one of their most marketable assets, sending a message that even record-breaking performances and undeniable talent aren't enough to guarantee respect and recognition. The fallout from this decision will be felt for years to come, as the league grapples with the consequences of undervaluing one of its brightest stars.